Hey there, everybody. How are you? Thank you for joining me for today. This is Gabriel Visiontoon Lamette here. And so, for this Wellness Wednesday segment, I actually wanted to take a little bit of break talking about food and talking about fitness and go into a little bit of the mental health portion of things that will actually ultimately help you to reach your physical goals. Now, as I thought about the way to present today's topic, I thought about the fact that it seems as though really and truly the aspects of fitness that most people might be accustomed to or they've heard of, they actually apply to life in a very real and true way. So let's go ahead and look to dig into this further. So, one thing that most people think about when they start talking about fitness or anything like that, they always think of weights. They think of the dumbbells and the barbells and bench pressing and doing squats and all types of things like that, or like I'm currently doing right now, resistance bands, which means that I'm dealing with resistance. That is what life will sometimes do to you. The weights of things that occur in our lives, the resistance of what we're trying to accomplish seem to be the things to bottle us down quite often within life. And sometimes those things, they seem like they're absolutely unbearable. But it kind of reminds me of when I would go to the gym sometimes. Some days I was really good at being able to lift extremely heavy. And then other days, because of my mental coming into the gym, sometimes I just was struggling with weight that I know that I've dealt with before. And that is the likening of life sometimes. Those things that sometimes we deal with, we're able to just push them off our chest. We're able to squat them easily and just lift up, no problem, up and down, up and down. And we master those things. But then some days we come in and we get humbled by the weights that get dropped on us. However, just as in working out, we have to work towards being able to lift those weights. We have to sit there and say, you know what? If this weight is being put on my shoulders, no matter how tough, how hard, how much it may hurt, how much it may burn, we have to be able to work hard enough to get good at lifting those weights. That's not the time for us to give up. That is not the time for us to drop below the line or fall into depression. Those are actually the times that we are called to go ahead and lift those weights. And sometimes you're going to need something called spotters. For those that don't know what those are people that are there to help you and assist you in being able to lift those weights when you're working out. And again, you will hear me say this forever. As long as you're going to be watching this channel, I'm always going to bring to you the importance of having the right spotters around you, having the right people around you. So when those weights are heavy, you've got them to help cheer you on and to help lift that bar just a little bit to help you get what you're trying to get out of the situation. So remember, weights in life, they are hard, they are heavy, but they are relevant for your success. So the second thing that I would say is really kind of relevant to life and the things that we deal with in looking to have better mental health is doing something that a lot of people don't like. I personally like it a little bit, actually a lot of it, but it's cardio, running, keeping it moving. Never stay still. Always be progressing forward. Even when you trip and fall, that's when you get up and you keep moving forward no matter what. Don't let, as we talked about just a second ago, the weights actually weigh you down and hinder you from running towards your goal. Because guess what? If you can let those weights go, you've conquered it, you put them down, and you start to run on to the next task, that will be the thing to help keep you moving. So remember, just as it is in working out, always keep running. So, in addition to understanding what weights are doing in your life, truly, if you allow them to be something that you get stronger with, and then being able to keep running and moving towards your next goal, Actually, the next thing that kind of parallels to life is something that I know I struggle with when it comes to the gym, which is pull-ups. Like, I've seen the people, they do the pull-ups and they're just doing all kinds of different things, doing the legs and all that stuff. I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there. I might get there one day, but right now that is not something that I can say, oh, I'm the master of doing. However, it does show a light of what we deal with in life in a position that we need to learn to be able to take within working out within life mentally. And that's being able to do pull-ups. For those who don't know what I might mean by saying pull-ups, you're saying, you know what, Gabriel, please explain to me what you mean by this. When you do pull-ups, when you're working out, actually, first of all, it brings you to another level. It's a hard level to get to, because you're now carrying all of your own weight. You're carrying all of your own responsibility. You're carrying every bit of everything that's actually building your back. Those people that have those real fit backs, they 9 times out of 10 are doing some pull-ups within their workout regimen. And what I think of when I think of pulling up in life, it's for you to get yourself on another level to be able to pull above everything else, and then also strengthening your back so that you can carry the responsibilities that you have, so you can carry yourself through the problems that try to bottle you down, and that you will have a back strong enough so when life hits you, it doesn't break you, because your back has been made strong enough to be able to handle the things that life is throwing at you. So, again, we've got 3 topics here that really kind of, I feel, fit within the scheme of life, of being able to have the mental health to push through so that everything else will flourish the right way. It's understanding your weights. It's understanding to run, to move forward, and then also being able to do your own pull-ups in life to get above your situations and strengthen your back to be able to carry the load that life can put on you. So the last portion of what I would consider to be mental fitness would really be on the subject of 2 things, and that would be making sure that you do one of my favorite things, which is stretch and rest. Making sure that you stretch actually will allow for your body to, number 1, relax, as well as it will allow for you to be able to loosen up, to be able to avoid serious injury. And sometimes in life, we have to be able to stretch, which means letting go, letting all of the tension, letting all of the things that have just tried to cement themselves on your life mentally and physically in a lot of ways, because mental does affect physical. I've experienced that myself. And being able to stretch and let those things go, finding avenues of things that make you feel good. That might be something as simple as, I know going to the movies for me, that is my situation when it comes out to stretching, so that it gives me a break from things. It could be vacationing. It can be getting in a peaceful place like the beach, or even going to the mountains so you're in a peaceful place. People don't realize how effective the mountains really are. There's nothing more beautiful than being in the mountains and you actually hearing the wind blow through the trees. That's therapeutic for me. And I know for a lot of people, if you actually took the time to stretch in life, especially when things get really rough and tight and you're not able to move mentally the way you would like to, stretching and taking a break is crucial. And then also taking the time to rest. Rest is actually good for the soul. Right now, I've been reading a lot of stuff on the health and fitness industry where they're actually spotlighting that rest is very important. It plays a huge part in how your body is able to reset itself. Sometimes you have to take a rest. So if you're someone who is bottled down with a lot of responsibility and it just seems like there is no stop and it's all go and it's starting to show itself, Everyone needs to rest. Everybody has to take the time to rest. If you're someone that people highly depend on, it's okay to shut the doors just for a couple of days and say, you know what? I'm not going to be okay for someone else if I'm not able to be okay for me. Take that time to mentally rest. Take that time to have that vacation, because again, all of these things play into it. I'm going to rehearse all of this again with you because again, this is all important. Understand the weights that are in your life. Don't reject them, lift them. Make sure that you run towards your goal. Keep moving forward no matter what. Make sure that you're doing your pull-ups so your back is strong to take on the load, and you can also lift yourself up above all the situations. And then lastly, making sure that you stretch and you rest. I really hope that you enjoyed this and it really touched a part of your heart, because one thing that I can always say is when a fit person walks into the room, the atmosphere generally will change because people can appreciate the proof of that person's dedication and journey. And that's all I want to see for you guys. So thank you so much for joining me for my Wellness Wednesday segment of this week, talking about mental fitness. And make sure you hit a like and hit a subscribe. And I'll see you guys at the end of the week for the spotlight. You guys have a blessed remainder of the week. Bye-bye.